Good morning, my dear students. Welcome to our social studies. Okay, coming to the last topic, we discussed about the Indo-Gangetic Plain. Indo-Gangetic Plain. Indo-Gangetic Plain is divided into three parts. The western part, we have the Indus River. What are the tributaries of Indus River? Jhelum, Chenab, Beas, Ravi, and Sutlej. Okay, I given the code also. JCB RS means J means Jhelum, Chenab, Beas, Ravi, and Sutlej. Okay, I told about the dope feature. What is mean by dope feature? Dope feature is nothing but a fertile land between two rivers is called dobe. Once again I am saying a fertile land between the rivers is called dobe. What is another name of Indus? Sindhu. Okay, these are all perennial rivers. I told the definition of perennial rivers. A continuous flow of water throughout the year is called perennial rivers. What are the perennial rivers? Brahmaputra, Indus, and Ganga is called perennial rivers. And I told the peninsular rivers also. Okay, there is no continuous flow of water throughout the year. It will become dry in the peak summer stage. What are the examples of peninsular rivers? Godavari, Krishna, Mahanadi, Kaveri, etc. are called the peninsular rivers. And I told west flowing rivers also. What are only two are west flowing rivers? What are they? Narmada and Tapati are called west flowing rivers. Okay, coming to the topic, I told next central part. In the Indo-Gangetic Plain, central part, the river Ganga stretches from Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal, Jharkhand, and somewhat in Haryana. And okay, Ganga and Yamuna is the responsible of central part. Coming to the eastern part, we discussed Brahmaputra Valley, and the river Brahmaputra is responsible for the formation of eastern part of Indo-Gangetic Plain. And we discussed about the what is mean by Babar, what is mean by Terai also. Okay, the rivers which are coming from the greater Himalayas toward the south of the region, they deposit gravel and pebble of width up to 8 to 16 kilometers. That type of nature is called Babar. Wherever you can see gravel and pebble, means that is called Babar region. Okay, gravel and pebble is nothing but stones only. Okay, the rivers and streams which are coming underground of the Babar and reappears and forms swampy and marshy region is called Terai. We can find a thick forest and a lot of wildlife. Because of the migration, when our India's partition was done at that time, a lot of Terai zone is cleared and used for the agriculture. We can find alluvial type of soil in the south of the Terai zone. And also we discussed about the peninsular plateau. Okay, I asked the question, what is the difference between island and peninsula? The region which have four sides water is called island. Greenland, okay, the Australia continent, England are islands. What do you mean by peninsula? The region which have three sides water and one side land is called peninsula. Our India is a peninsula. Why? Because we have three sides water, India East, we have the Bay of Bengal. India West, we have the Arabian Sea. India South, we have the Indian Ocean. Okay. Our India plateau is also called Peninsular Plateau. Peninsular Plateau, we have a old crystalline, hard igneous and metamorphic types of rocks are present in this Indian plateau, and we have a lot of metallic and non-metallic minerals. While you see the Indian plateau, it have a slope towards the eastern side. That is why the rivers are originating in the west direction and flowing towards the east, because we have a slope are present in the east direction. Okay, towards the Indian plateau, Western Ghats, Eastern Ghats form the western and eastern edges of Indian plateau, and the southernmost tip of the point is Kanyakumari. The last question, which is known as the southernmost tip of the point. What is the answer? Kanyakumari of Tamil Nadu state. And next we discuss about the Peninsular Plateau is divided into two types. Malwa Plateau are also called Central Highlands. Central Highlands and Deccan Plateau. Coming to the Malwa Plateau, where we can find Malwa Plateau towards the south of Indo-Gangetic Plain and north of Narmada River, we have the Malwa Plateau. In the direction of in the west direction, we have the Malwa Plateau. In the east, we have the Chota Nagpur Plateau. In the east, we have the Chota Nagpur Plateau is present in the Jharkhand, which is very rich in minerals. Very, very important. The last question. Okay, which plateau is rich in minerals? What is the answer? Chota Nagpur Plateau is rich in minerals. Coming to the next, we discuss about the what is the difference between the plateau and plains. For example, if you take Indo-Gangetic Plains, if you take Deccan Plateau, plateau region does not have the perennial rivers. Irrigation for the second crop depends on the borewells in the Deccan Plateau, but in the plains region there is a lot of water. We can irrigate more and more agriculture in the plains region. Okay, this is about the Indian plateau, and we discussed about the Deccan Plateau. Where is Deccan Plateau? Okay, in the south of Narmada River, we have the Deccan Plateau, a triangular shape. We have a triangular shape. We have a Deccan Plateau. Okay, in the Deccan Plateau north we have Satpura range. Deccan Plateau east we have Mahadev, Kaimur, and Michael ranges are present. Western Ghats, Eastern Ghats, and Nilagiris forms the western, eastern, and southern boundaries of Deccan Plateau. And also we discussed about the difference between Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats also. Western Ghats is parallel to the west coast. Similarly, Eastern Ghats also parallel to the east coast. Okay, we have Western Ghats up to a 1600 kilometers. The Nilagiris join the Western Ghats in the place of Gudaluru. Very, very important. The last question. The Nilagiri, where the Nilagiri join the Western Ghats, what is the answer? Gudaluru is the answer. The famous hill stations are present in the Western Ghats is Ooty. What is the another name of Ooty? Udaga Mandalam. Okay. And next we can find Annamalai Hills, Anaimuri, Cardamom Hills. Which is the highest peak in Nilagiri Hills? Dodabetta. Very, very important. Which is the highest peak in South India? Anaimudi. Okay, you will get confused. Which is the highest peak in Nilagiri? If they ask the Nilagiri Hills, what is the answer? Dodabetta. If they ask the total South India, Anaimudi is the answer. Anaimudi Hills is more, okay, taller than Dodabetta. Okay, coming to the eastern coast stretches up to Mahanadi Valley, Mahanadi River in the north and Nilagiri Hills in the south. In Eastern Ghats, we can find the famous hills like Seshachalam, okay, Seshachalam Hills, Nallamalas, Vellikondas, Palakondas are present in the Eastern Ghats. Which is the highest peak in Eastern Ghats? Aramakonda is the highest peak in Eastern Ghats, which is present in the Chintapalli of Andhra Pradesh. About this we discussed in the last class. Coming to the today topics, Thar Desert. Okay, Thar Desert. I told already, India only, we have only one desert that is called Thar Desert. Present in the Rajasthan, in Rajasthan state we have it in the west direction. Okay, Thar Desert is present in the Rajasthan west, in the Rajasthan of west direction. The Thar Desert is located on leeward side of Aravalli Mountains. Okay, Thar Desert is located on leeward side of Aravalli Mountains. Okay, what is the meaning of leeward? Leeward is nothing but opposite side of wind. We studied in the 9th class. If the mountain are easier, then the winds will stop in this direction. Then, after merging a lot of clouds, the rain begins in this direction, but the rain will not fall in this direction. Similarly, the Thar Desert is located in the opposite side of wind, means the leeward side of Aravalli Mountains. That is why we have a low rainfall ranging from 100 to 150 millimeters only per year. See, only we have 100 to 150 millimeter of rainfall for every year. In the Thar Desert we have a arid climate and low vegetation. Okay, we have a arid climate and a low vegetation. What is the meaning of arid climate? Very, very important. In the last year, they asked the question. Dash climate are present in the Thar Desert. What is the answer? Arid climate means a dry climate. We have dry climate and having the only low vegetation. There is no agriculture, everything. We have low type of vegetation. You know already, we have undulating sandy plains are present in Thar Desert. Undulating means rising and fall in the desert is not smooth surface. It will change the shape depending on the winds. The only river passing from Thar Desert is Luni River. Very, very important. Very, very important. The only river which is passing from Thar Desert is Luni River. Streams appear in rainy season and disappear very soon. Why? Because you know the temperature is more in the desert area. Okay, the Luni River is the only river which have in the Thar Desert. The internal drainage rivers fill the lakes and does not go to the sea. Okay, this is about the Thar Desert. First of all, I told Thar Desert is present in the western side of Rajasthan. Thar Desert is located on the leeward, means opposite side of wind of Aravalli mountains. We have a low rainfall. Very, very important this one. How much rainfall? 100 to 150 millimeter. This one also important. You will ask the centimeter also. Okay, 100 to 150 millimeter rainfall is present in for every year. We have a arid climate. This is very, very important. You will ask dry climate and low vegetation. We have a undulating sandy plains, uneven sandy plains that is depend on the wind. We have only river that is called Luni River. Streams appear in the rainy season and disappear very soon. The internal drainage also. The internal drainage of rivers will go to the lakes and fill up and does not reach the sea because of hot climate which are present in the Thar Desert. Longest canal in our country which are passed from the desert area. Because of this canal only, a large part of desert area came to for the purpose of agriculture. Okay. Indira Gandhi Canal. How much kilometers? 650 kilometers. Indira Gandhi Canal is the longest canal in our country which is passed from the Thar Desert. Because of this canal, the desert area came for the purpose of agriculture. Okay, this is about the Thar Desert. This one is important and the arid climate is important. Luni River, important. Indira Gandhi Canal. Okay, somewhat 3 or 4 bits will come from the Thar Desert. Come to the next, coastal plains of Peninsular Plateau. South of Peninsular Plateau, we have the coastal region. We have the coastal region. Okay, west coast, east coast. Okay, in the west coast we have Arabian Sea. East coast we have Bay of Bengal. Bay of Bengal. Come to the west coast. It is narrower than east coast. It is narrower than east coast. West coast started from the Ran of Kutch, which is in Gujarat, from north to and ends in Kanyakumari in a south. Okay, west coast is narrower than the east coast. Western coast starts from Ran of Kutch in the Gujarat to the Kanyakumari in the south region. Okay, this plain is uneven and broken by hilly terrains. A lot of hills you can see in the Western Ghats near to the west coast. Western coast divided into three parts. Northern part. In northern part we have the Konkan coast. Very very important. Northern part we call the Konkan. In the northern part we have the Konkan coast. In Konkan coast we have in Maharashtra and Goa. Central part we have the Canara coast, which is in Karnataka. Southern part we have Malabar coast, which is in Kerala. Okay, this is about the western coast. Western coast is narrower than the eastern coast. Okay, western coast starts from the Ran of Kutch to the Gujarat to the Kanyakumari to the south. In this region we have a lot of uneven type of hilly terrain. Western coastal plain divided into three parts. The northern part we have Konkan coast. We can call Konkan coast in Maharashtra and Goa, and in the central part we have Canara coast, which we have in Karnataka, and southern part of western coast we have Malabar coast in Kerala. Eastern coast stretches from the Mahanadi in Odisha towards the Odisha to Kaveri river delta, from Kaveri delta in Tamil Nadu. These plains are formed by rivers like Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri. It forms in the Western Ghats and cuts the plateau and formed the great plains in the eastern coast. That plains are very fertile. You can call delta land is a very fertile. We can get more and more agriculture in this region. Similarly, in eastern coast also we have Sarkar coast in Andhra Pradesh, Coromandel coast in Tamil Nadu, Utkal coast in Odisha, and Vanga coast is not there, but I am saying Vanga coast in West Bengal. Okay, this is about the eastern coast. Okay, eastern coast we have Bay of Bengal plains have a wide and large surface structure. It starts from the Mahanadi, Odisha towards the Kaveri Delta towards the Tamil Nadu, and eastern coast have a great plains are formed in the eastern coast due to the rivers like Godavari, Krishna, etc. We can call these coastals different names in different regions, like Vanga Coast in West Bengal, Sarkar Coast in Andhra Pradesh, Coromandel Coast in Tamil Nadu, Utkal Coast in Odisha. And we have a freshwater lake. What is called Kolleru? Kolleru Lake is a freshwater lake which is present in Andhra Pradesh. And we have a Pulicat Lake, is a saltwater lake. Kolleru Lake is a freshwater lake. Pulicat is a saltwater lake. Kolleru Lake is a freshwater lake which are present in Andhra Pradesh. Same Pulicat is the second largest saltwater lake in India, which is present in the Andhra Pradesh only. And Chilka Lake is a saltwater lake present in the Odisha. This is about the eastern coastal plain. Next, the last topic about the islands. Already told what do you mean by islands? The region which is covered with four sides water is called island. We have two islands, Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and we have Lakshadweep Island. Andaman and Nicobar present in Bay of Bengal. Lakshadweep are present in Arabian Sea. Okay, Andaman Nicobar is an elevated portion of submerged mountain. Andaman Nicobar Island is an elevated portion of submerged mountain from Myanmar mountain Arkan Yoma. Okay, it is an elevated portion. Andaman Nicobar is an elevated portion and of submerged mountain running from the Myanmar mountain Arkan Yoma. Okay, the Myanmar mountain of Arkan Yama only Andaman Nicobar Island, but it is submerged, and Andaman Nicobar is an elevated portion. Okay, that Andaman Nicobar is an elevated portion of submerged mountain of Arkan Yoma, which is present in the Myanmar. Andaman Nicobar is famous for volcanic eruptions. We have Narcondam and Bahrain. Volcanic eruptions. Very, very important. We have volcanics which are present in Andaman and Nicobar. What is the names of volcanic eruptions? Narcondam and Bahrain. Very, very important this one. Okay, the southernmost tip of India is present in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands only, which we will call Indira Point. Indira Point, which is submerged in 2004. Okay, the southernmost tip of India is called Indira Point, which is submerged in 2004 because of tsunami. Andaman and Nicobar are present in the Bay of Bengal region. We have two important volcanic eruptions, Narcondam and Bahrain, very, very important. Southernmost tip of our country is formed in Nicobar Island, which is called Indira Point. It submerged in 2004 by tsunami. Coming to the next, Lakshadweep Islands are present in the Arabian Sea. It is okay. This island is very important for coral reefs. It has only 32 square kilometers. These Lakshadweep Islands are famous for flora and fauna, means plants and animals. This is about the Lakshadweep Island. Lakshadweep Island is famous for coral reefs? This is important. Which island is famous for coral reef? Lakshadweep Islands. Which is famous for flora and fauna? Lakshadweep Islands. Lakshadweep Islands are present in the Arabian Sea. Similarly, Nicobar Islands is present in the Bay of Bengal. This is about the lesson. Coming to the today topic, we discussed about the coastal plains, Thar Desert, and islands. I'm saying the keywords. In the Thar Desert, I told how much rainfall we have in the Thar Desert. Only 100 to 150 millimeters in a year. We have the arid climate. The only river which is passing from Thar Desert is Luni River. Indira Gandhi Canal is the longest canal in our country. It is present in the leeward side of Aravalli mountain. Coming to the next coastal plains, I already told western coast started from the Ran of Kutch, Gujarat to the Kanyakumari to the south. Western coast divided into three parts. The northern part is called Konkan coast, which we can call in Maharashtra and Goa. Kannada coast in Karnataka, and Malabar coast which in Kerala. Next, we discussed about the eastern coast also. Sarkar coast in Andhra Pradesh, Utkal coast in Odisha, Coromandel coast in Tamil Nadu, Vanga coast in West Bengal, and also we discussed about the Kolar Lake, is a freshwater lake in India, and Chilka and Pulikat is a saltwater lake which are present in the Odisha. Chilka lake in Odisha, Pulikat lake in Andhra Pradesh. And at last we discussed about the islands, Lakshadweep Island, Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Narcondam and barren volcanics are present in Andaman and Nicobar, which is called the southernmost tip of our country. Indira Point are present in the Andaman and Nicobar, which is submerged in 2004. Coming to the Lakshadweep Island, it is famous for coral reefs. It has only 32 square kilometers only. It is famous for flora and fauna. Okay, the lesson was completed. So whatever the important points I told, try to underline in the textbook and concentrate more and more in these topics and prepare a separate notes. Okay, thank you.